Season 1 is bringing the Thieves Guild back to ESO, but not in the way you might expect. Glenumbra is getting a full criminal overhaul, 3 gangs are on the brink of war, and a brand new cartel is trying to take over the entire zone. And right in the middle of it is Quen. If you loved the original Thieves Guild DLC, the developers are saying this is the closest ESO has come to recapturing that energy in years. Today we're going to break down the brand new Thieves Guild storyline, because over the past week, the developers have been putting out a lot of articles previewing the Thieves Guild storyline and Season 1. This is going to have brand new quests, new characters, new rewards, new heists, and some surprising upgrades to Glenumbra itself. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. The Thieves Guild chapter, of course, forms in Glenumbra. The guild is officially expanding beyond Hughes Bane, and they're trying to establish a foothold in one of the biggest trade hubs in the Daggerfall Covenant. The setup is classic, the developers say. It has thieving energy, with rival gangs, political tensions, and a criminal organization pretending to be legitimate. They said the zone feels like it's being pulled in 3 different directions, and as the player, we're going to be the person there trying to bring it all together. The face of the storyline is Quen, returning from the original Thieves Guild DLC. She is now one of the senior members, and she has been sent to Glenumbra to help build this new chapter. But she's not just here for expansion. She's being hunted by a line guard captain for a crime that she did not commit. So while she's trying to unite the gangs and stabilize the region, she's also trying to stay one step ahead of someone who wants to lock her up. They said this is going to give the quest line a more personal angle than we saw in the original DLC. It's not just about the Thieves Guild, it's about Quen's reputation, her growth, and her future inside the organization. To get this new chapter off the ground, you have to unite 3 completely different gangs. So that is going to be our job as the player to go in and unite all of these gangs. They have their own code, their own style, and their own idea of what thieving actually means. Some are street level pickpockets, some are high class burglars, and some are straight up smash and grab robbers. They don't trust each other. Of course, they don't want to work together, and they definitely do not agree on how to deal with the threat coming their way. Our job is going to be to pull them together into the same room, get them talking, and convince them that the only way they survive is by working together. The main villain in this storyline will be a new cartel. On paper, they look like just a regular business group trying to expand trade in Glenumbra. But underneath that front is a ruthless criminal organization trying to wipe out every gang in the region. They're organized, they're well funded, and they're not afraid to get violent. The Thieves Guild sees this as both a threat and an opportunity. If they can help the local gang survive, they can establish a new chapter and expand their influence across High Rock. This is kind of the core conflict of the entire storyline. We're going to be uniting gangs, exposing the cartel, and protecting Quen from the line guard captain who is chasing her. The quest line sticks closely to the Thieves Guild code of ethics: no bloodshed, stick to the job, and outsmart anyone who tries to stop you. Expect things like stealth-focused missions, heists, sneaking, pickpocketing, disabling traps, escape sequences, troves, and daily jobs. They said it's very much a return to the style of the original DLC, but with more of a modern ESO quest design layered on top. Alongside the main story, you'll also unlock things like new Thieves Guild Dailies, Heist, a new Thieves Den in Daggerfall, and the new favor system, which gives you thief-related items across Tamriel. There's always something to steal, always something to sneak through, and always a new job waiting. Helping Quen and the gangs comes with a solid set of rewards. Fragments for the new Mythic item that will be in game, Quen's heist attire costume, and 3 of the 4 fragments for the Rogue's Refuge house. And that last one's a big one. It basically is going to give us a Thieves Guild theme home designed to store your stolen goods and trophies. And we will get most of the fragments by just doing the story, the heist, and the troves. Update 50 also brings visual improvements to Glenumbra. New landscaping, updated parks, improved streets, and yes, Daggerfall finally has 2 bankers. It's small detail, but it's one of those long-standing things players have talked about for years now. The 2 bankers has kind of been a joke in the community, only having one. But the main thing here is they're going back in and giving these older zones a refresh. The world building team has used this storyline, they said, as an opportunity to clean up the zone and make it feel more alive. And that's kind of what they did with the original zones already, or the first 3 base zones you go into in the game when you first start out. They've kind of given them a refresh as well. And I think that's going to continue as we see them move throughout seasons in the future, with other stories going to other different areas, because they've already discussed this, that they want to, kind of move across Tamriel in different areas that people may not go to as much anymore. And I hope along the way, and it seems like each one of these areas are going to get a kind of refresh to make them look more modern and more in line with some of the newer zones. Overall, this seems like it's going to be a very enjoyable story if you are a fan of story content in ESO. And I will say, whether you are or not, the one thing that the Elder Scrolls Online development team has always done a great job at is story content, and of course the voice lines and all the stuff they put into doing these stories. It's always really good. It's always voiced with some incredible voice acting, and it just makes you feel a little bit more involved with the story itself. And now that we have a little bit more when it comes to options and answering NPCs when they talk to us, I think that is a plus as well. And I hope they continue to build on that in game. Season 1 is shaping up to be one of the strongest base game expansions ESO has done in a long time. The Thieves Guild returning, Quen getting a new arc, Glenumbra getting a facelift, and a full criminal storyline built around stealth and strategy. It's exactly what kind of content that will bring players back. I think a lot of people that have not played in a while will come back and try this out, even with Sheogorath coming out later this month or at the end of July. Things like this bring players back because it is a bit nostalgic, but it's also something, like I said, players understand. ESO does one thing great, and they always have, and that is story content. And I think a lot of people will be interested to try out this new Thieves Guild story. If you like the video, hit the like. If you have not subscribed yet, please do so, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.